Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to the first episode of Breaking Point. Of course, the new kind of story, well not, kind of like a story kind of campaign thing in Formula 1 2021. So my first video on this, I actually went for the challenging kind of difficulty, but if I can, I'm going to definitely change it to hard for the next episode, and I am going to go with Aston Martin, because like, come on, that livery is the best. Of course, you start out as Racing Point, then go on to Aston Martin. But here's the prologue. So with the 2019 Formula 2 Championship coming down to the wire, young British driver Aiden Jackson, who we play, is looking to etch his name into, well, basically glory.
An incredible race! Look at it! Every driver is being so aggressive! Check it out!
They'll all be feeling the pressure right now. None more so than young Aiden Jackson from Carlin.
That's right. Rumors from the paddock talk about a possible future for Jackson in Formula 1. And with only a few laps to go, this is still anyone's race.
The atmosphere here is electric, and we couldn't have asked for a better finish to the F2 season here in Abu Dhabi. Okay, Aiden, you're doing great. Keep focused. You know what to do. Copy that.
Okay, so here we are at Abu Dhabi for the season finale of a Formula 2 Championship, which is based in 2019. So we've got to finish first to win the championship, and we are currently fourth on lap 4 out of 6. So we've basically got these 3 laps to basically go and win. Now, it might not seem like it right now because I'm just kind of getting used to the car and basically the game, because it's the first time I'm playing this. This was the first thing I recorded, and it's a brilliant game. I'm starting the career mode soon. I think it's going to be like this Thursday. I think it's this Thursday. Episode 1 of my team career is going to be out, so we pass the Lord Mahavir over there, and we move on to second place, which is Latifi over here. Of course, 2019 he would have been in, well, Formula 2 still, and he's running well up in P2 over here, but we kind of want to deny him of that. Of course, we need to win this race to win the championship. I'm not really sure what happens if you lose, if like you just have to retry, or if there's like a different cutscene, but I'm not one to try now. I want to win the championship, win this race to win the championship. And as you can see through this corner, I'm just so much faster than the AI. I definitely could have made up at least half a second on him over there if he wasn't in my way over there. So that's why I want to turn it up onto harder difficulty after this, if you can. If not, then I might just restart and do the first 2 chapters again on hard difficulty, because it is a little bit too easy for me. And I just kind of want to make it a little bit harder for myself. But there we go, we've overtook Giotto for P1 and round the final corner. It is a win for us, and we win the Formula 2 Championship.
Great drive, mate. Congratulations. Yes! Come on! And he's done it! Jackson's done it! Aiden Jackson wins the F2 Championship.
What a win for Jackson! What a win!
And it couldn't have gone to a better driver. A magnificent result. He's already been vocal about his dreams of one day driving for Mercedes in Formula 1. Let's just hope the right people are watching today. And here he is, the man of the moment, Aiden Jackson.
An amazing race and a fantastic win for this incredible driver.
Indeed. After this, I guarantee that Jackson will be the hot topic in more than a few upcoming F1 team meetings. The future's definitely bright for this young driver.
So there we go, on to chapter 1 at the Australian Grand Prix, several months late, of course, for the season opener, like it would have happened in, of course, the 2020 season.
Watching your career, how does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your first race?
To be honest with you, Will, it hasn't really quite sunk in yet. The team has given me a fantastic opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime, a dream come true. So, to answer your question, I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes, you know? I've even had to pinch myself a couple of times. So, yeah, it can be a bit overwhelming. But out on the track, the speed, the noise, even the smell, it's all the same. I just hope my driving is too.
And what about Casper Ackerman? Are you intimidated at all having such a seasoned and experienced driver as your first teammate in Formula One? How's that relationship coming along?
I've always looked up to Casper as someone to aspire to. Growing up as a kid, his pictures all over my bedroom walls, you know? The dream was always to be Casper. But, as it turns out, I'll be racing alongside Casper, which is good enough for me. I get to learn from the best. Besides, every legend has to start somewhere, right?
Aiden, just wondering if we can get your reaction to the obvious comparisons that are being made between you and another F1 driver. Much like you, he made the transition from F2 to F1 last season. What do you say to the press here, and to your fans, who are calling you the new Devon Butler?
The new Devon Butler. I'm alright with that. Does that mean we can lose the old one?
You come over well. They like you. I don't know what you were worried about.
Thanks.
You know, everything's going to be fine out there today. I just know it. Just do what you did in F2. Easy.
Thanks, Brian. I won't let you down. Come on, Aiden. You've got this.
Well, it might be a little bit harder than just doing what we did in Formula 2, as the cars are, well, definitely a lot more different. But here we are, so basically there's, I'm pretty sure, 16 chapters, and we're going to be, well, I'm going to be doing a video, and 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays, so that should be fun. As you can see, it's, we've kind of got like a Twitter over here.
Hello.
You can see a couple of famous, well, YouTubers over here, Formula 1 YouTubers. And I guess Brian's calling us, so let's kind of see what he's got to say over here.
News feeds, social media. He's hooked up to the lot. Just do me a favour, eh?
Go on.
Make sure you check your emails. I think there's a message in there for you.
Oh, right. Thanks, Brian.
Take a breather, do what you need to do, and I'll see you before the race.
Nice one.
Okay, so of course we've kind of got like an email system over here, as well as the social kind of thing over there, kind of like a Twitter. And oh, there's another call from I guess our mum over here. So let's answer that. Let's see what she's got to say. Of course, we are Ada Jackson, Formula 2 champion, and basically first season in Formula 1 now.
Thanks, I guess.
But aside from that, you were great. I'm so proud of you, Aiden.
I know, Ma. Thanks.
I wish I could be out there with you. This is everything you've worked towards.
Yeah, I know, but you'll be at the next one.
Just do what you do, and everything will be great.
Thanks, Ma.
And remember, mirror signal maneuver. And always stick to the speed limit.
Great advice. I'm all over it.
I know you are, love. I'll speak to you later. Good luck.
Bye.
So there we go. I actually enjoy these kind of like cutscenes, like especially like these phone calls as well, and the cutscenes, which definitely look like they've been really worked on. They do look great. And here we are for the Australian Grand Prix. We are joining mid-race, and basically we've got to try and finish in the points.
A solid start, Aiden. Let's try and push it further.
Copy that. Where's Casper?
So there we go, the Australian Grand Prix over here. We are on lap 6 out of 15 and we are in 14th place. And we've got to catch up to Ackerman before lap 11. Now over here is where I really spotted that I need to turn up the AI from kind of like that normal difficulty to hard, as it's just a little bit too easy for me. As you can see through this corner, just so much faster than them. I'm not really sure what kind of set the AI are on over here, kind of like what percentage. I'm guessing somewhere around 70, maybe even less, maybe more, I'm not too sure. It is of course track dependent as well, and maybe it's just a little bit easier because it is like a story mode. It's not like race close by and I know. But as you can see, it is looking good over here. You may see some kind of skipped frames and a little bit of lag, which should be sorted by the next Formula 1 Breaking Point video on Friday. It's just something I need to sort out with OBS, which is fine. It definitely hurt me more making my first Formula 1 my team career video. But let's see, we've caught up to Ackerman over here. Let's see what's going to happen.
What a brilliant Australian Grand Prix this has been, but there's still plenty of time for more drama.
There certainly is, Crofty, and these two have been fighting each other incredibly hard so far. They don't want to go tripping over each other though, because Devon Butler is coming up from behind. He's on the attack too.
Aiden, Casper's not your priority. We need you to defend.
It's okay. I've got this.
Here comes Butler. 3 abreast going into turn 11. Oh, this can't work! And it doesn't! Ackerman's off onto the verge of what looks like damage as well.
Is he okay? Is Casper okay?
He'll be fine. He's heading for the pits now. You just concentrate on the race.
And there we have it. I'm sure there's going to be fireworks in the Racing Point garage this evening.
There will be, Crofty, for sure. Look, it was a late move from Devon Butler, but you never want to see two teammates make contact, and Ackerman will surely be seething at that one.
Absolutely. And I tell you who else isn't going to be happy too. Aiden Jackson. Not how his F1 race debut should have gone.
The damage appears to be minor. How's it feeling, Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looked like Aiden was a little bit too eager in that cutscene over there, but we've got a new objective now, which is just to finish the race. So we've actually caught up to Ackerman a lot faster than the lap 9. I think it only took me like 2 or 3 laps over there, so we definitely caught up a lot faster than like the game really wanted us to. But over here, let's see if we can get some points. So on to lap 10 over here. It is going to be past Norris over there and past Butler in the same straight. A little bit of contact with Butler, but I think he kind of deserved it after kind of, well, basically kind of pushing us out wide and basically letting us tangle with our teammate Ackerman over there, which definitely is not going to go down well. But we are here position 9 with a couple more laps to go, and we've got Albon right ahead over there. Now this is why I kind of felt the car's just a little bit too easy to pass on the straights, and basically just everywhere, catching up basically seconds per lap to everyone. And that's kind of not what I want to kind of, well, play like. So if there is a option to change the difficulty, I definitely will turn it up to hard, and if not, then I actually might consider just, well, basically restarting the kind of like Breaking Point career and giving it another go. But on to the last lap over here, we are right behind Leclerc. Is it going to be enough? Are we going to be able to overtake him? A little bit of contact with the wall. I think that is going to just slow us down enough to not be able to get past Leclerc onto the line.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Albert Park. What a start to the season this has been. A fascinating race here in Australia at.
The top teams as ever continue to push the boundaries of the sport, and it'll be interesting to see how the new Racing Point driver Aiden Jackson settles in, especially after that early incident involving his teammate.
Well, we've certainly seen rivalries born from less,
Suffice to say, if you came into the 2020 season hoping for a bit of drama, it looks like you won't be disappointed. After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So there we go. We are now post-race over here after that awkward incident involving Devon Butler and our own teammate Casper Ackerman has marred Jackson's maiden outing in Formula 1. So let's see what this cutscene, what's going to happen over here.
Who was the idiot behind the wheel of your car? You're pathetic. You won't even admit when you made a mistake. How did they ever sign you?
Oh, Butler. Devon, I didn't see that.
What, like, out on the track today? You nearly took me out, mate.
Look, I don't know what happened. You cut in, I swerved. Next thing I knew, Casper was out.
Whoa. Mate, I was nothing to do with it. Whatever that was all on you. Don't be trying to pass the blame, because you haven't settled in yet.
Sorry, Aiden. Just bear with us 1 sec.
No problem.
I think that's really just a case of rookie driver, rookie mistakes. These cars are a bit different from what Aiden's used to in F2.
You seem to find your feet quite quickly after you graduated from Formula 2. What advice would you give to Jackson in his first season?
Well, stay out of my way mostly. And taking out your own teammate isn't something I would make a habit of.
Almost ready, Aiden. We're just checking audio levels.
Sure.
Seriously, Casper must be wondering what on earth Racing Point were thinking.
That's great. Thanks, Devon.
Yeah.
Okay, Aiden. Let's talk about that incident with your teammate.
Well, doesn't Devon Butler want to make you punch him in the face? We are back here post-race, and we've got another call coming in from Brian, so let's pick it up, let's see what he's got to say about that. Well, kind of tragic race, I guess, for the team.
Look, let's not go through all that now. We'll talk about it at the debrief.
Right, yeah.
I was actually talking about your little run-in with Casper and Butler over in the paddock.
Oh, wow. News travels fast.
The paddock talks, Aiden. Besides, I've got ears like a hawk. Listen, Butler's a clown. The man's ego is bigger than a... No, I've got nothing. Don't give it a second thought.
Thanks, Brian.
But Casper? Yes, he can get a little hot-headed, especially after a race. But you have got to work with him. That manoeuvre today...
Wasn't my fault, Brian.
It probably cost us points. I'll level with you. A lot of people on the team are disappointed, Aiden. And I'll be saying as much to Casper. Now, learn from it and move on. But you can't let it happen again. I'll see you at the debrief.
Well, Brian didn't sound too happy over there, but then again, it probably could have been a little bit worse. So checking our emails over here, there's a couple new ones over here. You can kind of pause and read it if you want to. The socials over here, we kind of went through, they kind of update each race. And as I said, we are doing 2 chapters a race, so here we are for chapter 2 at the Chinese Grand Prix 1 month later.
It's the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai, and this track fast becoming a rookie's favourite. Alex Albon, remember him from last year? A brilliant race in his debut season, and it looks like Aiden Jackson's continuing the trend.
He really is, Crofty. He's showing great promise so far this season.
Well, here's Ackerman now, going up behind his young teammates.
The rumour in the paddock, Crofty, is that the tension's building between these two. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go, Ackerman's going for it. Down the inside of the hairpin, he's barged his teammate off the track.
What are you doing? Casper,
spot. What the hell?
Looks like Jackson's really struggling to get over that.
Okay, Aiden, keep it focused. Concentrate.
That brush with his teammate clearly affecting the young driver.
It looks like it has, Crofty. I can't see any significant damage to that car, so he's going to have to pull himself back into this race.
Car's looking okay, Aiden. See if you can recover a few places.
What was that all about?
You can recover, Aiden.
That's not okay. That's really not okay.
Okay, so Ackerman doesn't seem to be too happy with us after our kind of run-in at the Australian Grand Prix, but our objective is to recover 10th place before the end of the race. So we've got Norris right ahead of us, and we've got DRS down the straight over here, which is going to help us in overtaking the McLaren over here for P13, and we are on lap 8, so we've got a couple laps left to climb back up to P10, but as I said, the AI are just kind of too slow for me, as you can see, especially through this corner. It was so painful. I had to lift so many times not to run into the back of Ocon over there, and well, we get DRS from him because we were behind him at the detection zone, which is good. But yeah, we move on. Sainz up ahead in P11 and Ackerman, our teammate, in P10. That run-in definitely wasn't necessary over here, but I guess it is what it is, and we just need to fight back to at least get that 1 point. It looks like we're going to have to overtake Ackerman for that 1 point over there, as we nearly lose it over there, but I definitely like how the kind of car feels in this new game. Of course, this is the 2020 car, but I really like how it feels like basically to drive. It does feel a little bit different. Still mostly similar, but you can definitely catch the car a lot easier, which a lot of people have been saying that as well. It's just a lot easier to catch the car when you kind of lost it. You can just easily correct, well, not easily, but it's a lot easier than before. You can definitely catch the car a lot easier than before, and yeah, and basically the driving is a little bit different as well. I kind of like the improvement over there. But as we move on to lap 11 over here, we are right behind Ackerman, and we are in the same spot that Ackerman overtook us, and we overtake him in the same place. I wasn't planning on doing that, but it just kind of came out that we overtook him in the same place that he tried overtaking us before. So I guess a little bit symbolic over there. As we overtake Albon over there, I'm pretty sure we overtook him for P10. For P9 at the Australian Grand Prix as well, or some. I think it was P8. I'm not too sure, but yeah, him not running too well, as of course he didn't during the 2020 season, not getting on top of that Red Bull car, as we set the fastest lap time over there. So that is definitely some proof that I need to turn up the AI over there, as it's just a little bit too hard, too easy for me right now. I need to make it harder. As we dive down the inside of Butler over there, definitely need to get past him as well, as we do. Nearly go out a bit too wide, but we managed to kind of cut back and maintain P7 over here. As on lap 13 out of 14, we are right behind Fiat in this spot, so that basically means I'm going to overtake him, because I'd have to be riding on 3 wheels for me not to be able to overtake Fiat over here. Just a little bit too easy. I'm not really sure if it's kind of more to do with like the story element, that it's not meant to be too hard, or if it's just that I'm running on like medium difficulty and I should have just been running on hard, which is definitely something I definitely will try to do for the next episode on Friday. But there we go. From P14, I think it was before the crash, up to P7, just behind Vettel at the Chinese Grand Prix.
Well, plenty to digest there, and a little bit ominous seeing the two Racing Point teammates make contact again.
Things don't look stable between these two drivers, Crofty. They've barely been teammates 5 minutes.
That wheel bump, could that have been avoided, Ant?
Yeah, it looked like Ackerman was making a bit of a statement to me. He's certainly not given Jackson any room.
A sign of things to come? Well, for their sakes, let's hope not. That wraps things up here in China. Until next time. So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So there we go, it is a win for Valtteri Bottas at the Chinese Grand Prix, and we go now post-race after the Grand Prix and kind of catch up, see what's going to happen with Ackerman over here.
Casper, what the hell was that? You nearly put me out the entire race. Bumping wheels like that, you could have put us both into the barrier. Casper, come on, man.
I have to make a phone call.
Casper! Ackerman!
Mum! Cancel the TV subscription. The entertainment is right here.
Come off it. Do you really have nothing better to do?
Right now? No. And why would I want to miss this? You two are like characters in a badly written sitcom. He wanted your lot to sign Ricardo, you know. Ask anyone.
What do you mean?
The paddock talks, mate. And so did Ackerman. Should have heard him last season. He didn't care who he talked to, and he was always going off on one about you. He tried to stop them from signing you. Didn't want to play babysitter.
Oh, he did he?
Everyone knows. Have you not seen the way that people look at you? We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him. You want my advice? Prove him wrong. Chin up.
Well, I guess that is the post-race after the Chinese Grand Prix over there. So another kind of coming together against, well, basically my teammate at Racing Point over here, Casper Ackerman. I guess we're going to see what's going to kind of happen in chapter 3 and 4 in the next episode. But yeah, we're getting a phone call over here, so let's pick it up, see what they've got to say over here.
Hey, Ma.
Hello, love. I saw the race and thought I'd give you a call.
And why's that?
Just to say well done, like I always do.
Oh, right.
I saw what happened in the race with Casper. Can't believe he wasn't penalized. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
And Casper, what's he said about it?
Nothing. He wouldn't speak to me.
Well, maybe keep trying. It can't hurt to clear the air. Just remember what your grandmother always used to say. The fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
I'm not even sure that makes sense.
Just whatever's going on, don't let it get to you. And call me later, okay?
Will do.
So there we go. I think that is going to be it for the first episode of Formula 1 Breaking Point, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Definitely looks like a really fun storyline, and I guess we're going to see where it takes us next. So for now, that is going to be it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.